Okay, so picture this. Thousands of companies all around the world are staring down the barrel of a massive, unavoidable software deadline. We're talking a really complex, super expensive problem. But now a new wave of AI tools is showing up, promising to be the silver bullet. But the real question is, are they even aiming at the right target? So, is AI the hero of this story, or is it just helping everyone ignore an even bigger problem? Let's dig in. All right, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at that ticking clock that's putting so much pressure on everyone. Then, we'll check out the new AI tools that are supposed to come to the rescue. After that, we'll uncover the real problem hiding just beneath the surface, what one expert calls the elephant in the room. And finally, we'll explore the huge choice this leaves every single company with. So, first up, that ticking clock. And I want to be clear, this isn't some friendly suggestion from SAP, one of the world's biggest software giants. Nope. This is a hard deadline. The magic number is 2027. That is the year SAP officially pulls the plug on its old but super widely used system called ECC. What that means is that every single one of their customers is being forced to move to their new flagship platform, S/4HANA. You know, it's kind of like being told you have to upgrade from Windows XP to Windows 11, but imagine it's not just your laptop, it's the entire operational brain of your company. So, how is that massive upgrade going for everyone? Well, according to a survey from the America's SAP Users Group, not so great. Even with that 2027 deadline breathing down their necks, a majority of companies, a full 55%, are still not on the new system. The clock is seriously ticking, and it feels like more than half the runners are still looking for their shoes. It is a massive, industry-wide scramble. So you can imagine the panic setting in, right? And whenever there's a big, expensive problem in the business world, the tech industry does what it does best. It swoops in with a shiny new solution. And in this case, that solution has a very, very familiar name: artificial intelligence. Take IBM, for instance. They just rolled out a new suite of tools that uses generative AI. You know, the kind that can create stuff like new code, and also something called agentic AI, which is smart enough to act on its own to solve problems. It's designed to automate the really gnarly parts of this migration. It can write code, watch for problems before they happen, and even reverse engineer old processes. That basically means it can look at all the weird custom stuff a company built over the years and figure out how to make it work in the new system. It's a seriously high-tech toolkit for a really high-stakes problem. And you know, IBM is not the only one jumping on this train. SAP itself has its own AI called Joule that it's trained to help out. The huge IT infrastructure company Kyndryl has a tool too. What you're seeing is a brand new market just springing up, with all the big names betting that AI is the magic wand for this migration mess. Okay, but here's where the plot thickens. A leading analyst from the research firm Gartner is basically sounding the alarm, warning that all these shiny new AI tools, well, they might be missing the point entirely. And this leads us to the most important question in this whole saga. Are all these fancy tools actually solving the right problem? Or are we just using amazing technology to paper over a much deeper issue? And here it is, the heart of the matter. Gartner's David Penny puts it perfectly. He says, the ECC customisations are the elephant in the room. What he means is, the real issue, the thing nobody really wants to deal with, is the decades of custom code companies have bolted onto their old systems. And that big elephant in the room? It has a name. And it's a concept you've got to know: technical debt. It's a fantastic idea. Every time you take a shortcut with software, a quick patch here, an easy fix there, you're basically taking out a loan. And just like financial debt, that debt builds up interest, and sooner or later, it has to be paid back. These customizations are decades of technical debt all coming due at once. So here's the bottom line, the real pickle these companies are in. They spent years and millions of dollars tweaking their old SAP systems to work exactly how they want it. And now they're looking at spending millions more just to rewrite all that custom stuff, to force the brand new system to act just like the old one. They're literally about to spend a fortune just to stand still. That's the bill for all that technical debt finally arriving. Which brings us to our final section, and really the ultimate choice here, because this isn't just a tech problem anymore. It's a fundamental business choice about what kind of company you want to be. So you've got two paths, right? Path number one is what we call lift and shift. This is where you use these cool AI tools to just move everything over, recreate all the old custom junk, and make the new system a carbon copy of the old one. The outcome? Well, you hit the deadline, but you get basically nothing new out of it. Minimal new value. Then there's path number two: modernize and transform. Now, this is the harder road. It means taking the time to clean up that old code, to finally pay down that technical debt, and to actually use the new features you're paying for. And the outcome there? You actually unlock innovation and get some real value out of all this pain. And that leaves us with the big, final question. These incredibly powerful AI tools can definitely help with the move, no doubt about it. But are they just going to be used to efficiently pack up that big elephant of technical debt and move it from the old room into a shiny new one? Or can they be used in a much smarter way? Can they actually help companies analyze that mess, untangle it, and maybe, just maybe, help that elephant disappear for good? The answer to that is going to decide whether this whole thing is just a giant, expensive chore or a real chance to transform.